Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Stride Gamer here, and as you can see we are now in a fast time lapse. Why? Because this is basically the moment I realized we probably won't make that goal attempt. This was my first goal attempt, and yeah, no spoiler, but indeed we're going to miss it. We're going to miss it only by 14 minutes, so it's not by a lot, but we will miss it. So now in the next 10 minutes, basically you can see my run through up to that point. So don't hesitate to check that out. You can even slow down if that's going too fast for you. I'm going to share some thoughts here and there, but not too much, because after those 10 minutes, the second part of the video is actually a recap on everything we did, including all of the mistakes, all of the things I'm going to make differently in this next attempt, because I'm definitely gonna make another attempt. And spoiler alert, as I'm actually, recording this post commentary, I have actually managed to do this gold without any cheat or anything like that. So that will come to my channel just after this episode. And indeed, as I said, I've managed it, so don't worry. The next one you see will be the real one on how to get the gold attempt sort of step by step. Now, if we look a bit at what's happening here, we're still, in the second stage. We've now started to grow our population by a bit more, especially toward the obrero side, but we're still sort of quite low. We are not enough. We still have 200 and something lacking. So that's one of the big problems we're gonna solve in the future. We're very good on our pollution. We're still at 100%. So that's also something in a sense bad, is if we're so high, it means we're wasting resources in a sense. I'm not saying in the next playthrough we're gonna be very low. I'm actually going to finish with 1000, 100% everywhere, but still, it's phase 2, as you can see, is taking quite a long time because I don't have those obreros. Started those obreros too late. The air quality is a problem. It's starting to go down. But yeah, we still haven't started, the phase 3 elements, in particular, the cables and the cement. And that's really when I realized at that point I was going at it wrong. But yeah, we're making some progress. We're now starting, and here you can see mistake is I'm trying to do an integrated value chain where I put all of the buildings together so they deliver to each other, but it's not good. I'm gonna explain to you why in this scenario it's actually not very good. I'm making some small optimization to see where I'm overproducing, because for the obreros, they actually don't need the same needs, right? Then your others, for example, you don't need bananas. So when you move from your jornaleros to obreros, you need to make sure that you also re-optimize a bit your production. In particular, it's sort of stopping a few of your banana plantations. You may also not give the same goods to your jornaleros or your obreros, right? For example, I've given, in most of my playthrough, I don't give tools to the obreros, only to the jornaleros when you want them to evolve. Those type of things. So of course that will change your impact. There are also a lot of new goods for the obreros, like first is tortillas, then it's drinking coffee pot, then it's a hat, I don't remember the exact name, and then it's this atoll here that you can see. And I took quite a while to actually build them in this scenario, and that's also one of the mistakes we're gonna correct. I'm gonna explain to you why. But yeah, you can see this is starting now. We have a hub here for the production here. The one for the heavy production was there, but we still don't have our cement production going. This is a big problem when you have 39 minutes left. And again, you're gonna see this is what's gonna make the problem for me. And then here I put the first one, but I didn't put the second. And I'm trying to put the second, and you're gonna see why I couldn't, put it. So that's really one of the big issue here. Started the third phase now, so we're getting there. It's 39 minutes, I start the third phase, we can still make it if we had all of the resources. The problem is we don't have all of the resources. We finished now the removal of the generator, so that helps a lot because it brings you quite a lot of those resources, and by the resources I mean the cables and the cement that you need for phase 3, but obviously not enough. It's sort of like 1/4, if I remember correctly, of what you need. But yeah, so that's now I'm making again some bit of optimization to arrive at the maximum number of obreros that you need. So that's something you don't want, right? You want to have the right number of obreros as soon as you start level 3 if you want to make it on time. So again, that's a bit of a mistake, but yeah, that's we live and learn. That was the first item for gold, and we're getting there. And I 24 minutes left. Now we can really realize that I won't make it because of the resources that I have, in particular only one cement factory instead of 2. But yeah, we're getting close. I mean, you can see I've given 40 out of the 120 needed for cement. Yeah, and maybe by now I'll shut up for a bit, leave you to enjoy this last part before we get to the final. So here I sort of stopped a bit, also started to realize what was happening. But yeah, again, don't leave just now, or use the chapter functionality if you want to move to the next part of the video, which is when I recap what we've done and what we're going to do differently in the next attempt, so you can learn from it for your own. Yes, just a quick, if you don't understand what I did, is I actually stopped the dam so that I am able to build the second cement factory, and I'll explain why I had to stop. But yeah, that's basically what really made me lose, right? Is, as you know, we started it before the 30 minutes mark, but because now I had to stop because I didn't have the right resources, I will of course not make it, and not make it, as I said, by 14 minutes. So here it is, ladies and gents, we just lost the gold medal. We have just 14 minutes left, so that's basically what we need to change next time, 14 minutes quicker. If you've watched carefully the episode, you can see definitely where we went wrong. But we learned a lot of things, and definitely I know now how to get the goal without cheating. This won't be a problem. So a couple of learnings I wanted to share. The first one is obviously, as we've seen, is those aqua farms are terrible in terms of productivity versus the fisheries. This is 1 minute, this is 2 minutes, plus they take double the workforce. So in the next playthrough, we will use fisheries more. We only started using late, we never used that one. This will reduce our water quality, but look at this. Our water quality is perfect. I mean, even if we lose this 14 here, that won't be a problem, especially because we never use this item here, the water purifier, which gives plus 30. So definitely fish we need to do differently. Then the second thing we didn't use well is some of the trade unions items and buildings, right? At the beginning of the game, if you remember, we placed those two tool factories here because I wanted them, close to the Iron Man, but actually it's a lot better to put them here in the trade union with those items to reduce the eco impact of heavy industries so that our air quality is a lot better. So basically that's one thing we need to change, not put the tool factories here, but really in that trade union. The other one we didn't put was this one. We need to also make sure to put them there. Similarly, on trade unions, one thing we didn't do well is this affects animal farms, this one affects non-polluting items. So non-polluting items are things like the tortilla maker, the atoll maker, the fedora weaver, as well as the war clothes manufacturers. So this one, we definitely need to put them in a trade union with that, because this is giving us a great eco impact boost. It is actually giving it for hair. It's not written anywhere as far as I can see why it's air, but it is air, and that's good because air is the hard one, as you know. On the other hand, this one is only for animal farms, so things like the cattle farm and the alpaca farm. So we need to sort of be more careful about this. In particular, at the beginning I put the tortilla maker somewhere else. We need to make sure we don't put them there. So we will, trade unions is going to be a big thing to make sure we do that. Then clearly we started going to Obreros way too late. We need to go to Obreros earlier to start the steel, cable, and concrete factory earlier. And in particular, we need to have two concrete factories. This before we start the dam. Why before we start the dam? Because the dam requires cables, electric cables, but we also need 25 electric cables to build the concrete factory. So I was stuck for a while, as you've seen in the episode, around I couldn't build the second concrete factory because all of the cables were going to the dam when I wanted them to come to be safe to build my second concrete factories. So yeah, we need the second concrete factories as soon as possible. There is a fire somewhere. An explosion. Oh, that's fine. We don't need all of those things right now. It's really just about those two things. Building, we have enough of steel. The only thing is cement. We need to make sure this thing doesn't blow up, but that's the only thing. Otherwise it will build as quickly as it's produced, basically. So that was definitely the third big learning. We need to go to Obreros earlier and construct the second concrete factory there. I'll also start as soon as possible, limestone and copper, because they only take 25 Obrero workforce. That's really low, so we can make sort of a reserve of it and not be out of it. And then there's two last learnings I want to share. The first one is, obviously I wasn't perfect in my town hall coverage, right? So if we can be a bit better at that, that will help a lot. And then the last one was important, but now I'm forgetting about it. What was it? Oh yes. So for the Obreros, beginning was a bit hesitant to give some of those things. In particular, I didn't give them tools. I didn't give them drinking coffee pots, and I think we will continue that. Why? Because those things require iron. We're really quite limited on iron because we need iron for the furnace. So that will, and the furnace is needed for the concrete factory, right? On top of being needed itself by itself. You need also 60, and you need also for level 2, right? But yeah, there are actually some goods we should give. And in particular, it's the fedoras and the atoll. And the main reason, there's two main reasons. One is because it's 4 people, and especially for the fedora, so that's quite a lot of people. But the actual main reason is because of what I said earlier, which is those buildings. Oh, not the fedora, actually. The tortilla, yes. Oh, maybe it's because I'm out of range. No, it's because I'm out of range. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I have the resources. Let's make it. Make one. Come on. Okay, it doesn't want to rotate for some reason. Damn it. Okay, I need to create some space. We're not using this anymore. Just kill this, it's fine. Okay, the fedora. Yes, so it will give me that eco bonus impact I mentioned from that item. So that is quite critical, you know, to get to staying positive in the air quality. So we're definitely gonna make fedora. Also, of course, tortillas and atoll also giving me the impact. The last reason why I'm gonna make those things because they're actually easy to make. You know, they only take jornaleros. This one is only 20 obreros. That's nothing. It's 10 for the felt. And what was the other one? The tortilla is 100 jornaleros, but you'll only need 1 or 2. And what they need is also easy, right? Like, yeah, it's corn that we're already producing from the start of the game, sugar, cane. This is palm tree. You can see it's just 10 jornaleros, and it's soil. The impact is soil, which is super easy. So definitely we are going to give, that's the last learning, we are going to give all those things here, tortillas, fedoras, and atoll. I'm still thinking of not giving coffee and tools though to those people. So yeah, I mean, we should be pretty close now to making it. No, there's still quite a bit. Oh, it's because I slowed down the time. I'm sorry about that. We have 10 minutes left. Now I'm gonna go into, I think, just a very quick, you know, time lapse, because there's not that much that we need to do now. And I hope you like this series. Don't hesitate to press the like button if you did. I will, of course, start right away a new playthrough to actually get the goal, still without cheating. We're still definitely not using this thing here of the tree painter. That is a full cheat. What is... but yeah, we're... I still have one forest. Oh, it's because I destroyed it. Okay, so good to know that actually when you destroy them, you don't lose them, you get them back for the forester hut. Is it the same for the fish? It is. Oh, so that's pretty good to know though. So those things you get back. So I hope you liked it, and indeed stay tuned on the channel for a real gold medal. I promise I won't post it until it is really a gold one. So if I do a try and doesn't work, I won't post it. I'll really just post the final one. So indeed, thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time.